guys? It's Scott here from Horse Racing Daily, and today's video is going to be if I think White Abarrio can win the 2022 Ohio Derby. And as the Great Lee Corso would say, I would say not so fast, my friend, because I do think he's up against it a little bit. He's a now nothing against White Abarrio. He's a very solid horse in his own right. He did win the Holy Bull and he did win the Florida Derby, but he got 16th in the Kentucky Derby. And as I stated in my previous video, I didn't think his time from the Florida Derby was too impressive. I thought it was a little bit slower than some of the other Kentucky Derby preps. But you do have to take that with a grain of salt because they did run really fast in that race, particularly from the 6 furlongs to the mile mark. They were, hauling butt on that. So, you can take that race for what it is. But between that race and his 16th place finish in the Kentucky Derby, I'd have to say, let's hold tight for we just say he's a surefire winner. And he could very well win the race. I'm not going to say that he can't, but I'm also not going to say that I got enough confidence like I did as when Mo Donegal won the, Belmont, or for me when I bet Epicenter to win the Kentucky Derby. I had a lot more confidence in those two horses. I know Epicenter didn't win the Kentucky Derby; he got second, but the way I felt about that horse was a lot more confident than I feel about White Abarrio coming to the Ohio Derby. And I also say that because there's some other solid horses here. This is not a bad field at all for a grade 3 race at one of the, what I hate to call it, but lower tracks across the country. Thistledown is not your, Belmont, your Saratoga, Santa Anita. It's just not that same caliber. But, this turns up a $500,000 purse, solid grade 3 race. And, you got Baris who finished second in the, or I'm sorry, who finished fifth in the grade 2 Wood Memorial. And you also got for the main contenders Ethereal Road, who, seems to be kind of coming into his own. He won the Sir Barton, albeit against a very weak field, but in very good fashion. He just blew by that field and just looked much the best out of those horses. And now this would certainly be a step up in class, but it's out of the realm of possibility to say that he couldn't get the job done. And then you got uh, Tawny Port, who's trained by Brad Cox, who also has been very solid. His first trial on dirt in the Risen Star wasn't too impressed, but then got him back on synthetic for the, Jeff Ruby Stakes, got second there to Tis the Bomb. Then they put him back in the Lexington, and he actually beat Ethereal Road in that race. And then in the Kentucky Derby, he got seventh, lost by 4 3/4 lengths. So not a bad effort at all. And Brad Cox did have a win a couple years ago with Owendale. And then you got probably the most uh, bipolar horse in the race in Classic Causeway, because I don't know what to do with this horse. This horse could, he's under Kenny McPeak now. He could easily win the Ohio Derby, and I won't be the least bit surprised. Or he could run in the dead last and show that he's still staying off form, and that wouldn't surprise me either. Uh, I think the odds may dictate how you kind of play this horse. There is some risk reward there. If the odds drip up to, 6, 7, 8 to 1, which is morning line 6 to 1, it can certainly be a play. If it goes down to 2, 3 to 1, maybe want to stay away. But nonetheless, White Abarrio has some competition there. Get some that's very solid. Not not your epicenters, not your early voting, Mo Donicals, but still a very solid field for what it's worth. And you'll see these 3 year olds that start out doing really good and win some of these races. And as the season progresses, some other horses that develop, will start to catch them along the way. And another thing was when I was watching the Florida Derby, you just see Charge It, running by White Abarrio. It's when those two get close together, you just see how much more of a bigger horse that Charge It is. And he just, I mean, I know Charge It hasn't, done as far as result wise on the track, but he just looks like he physically has more potential ability than, let's say, like White Abarrio, who I wonder is, if Sappy Joseph Jr. just got him at the top of his ability, is how much better is White Abarrio going to get? That makes me wonder that. So between him not having raced and the potential for another horse that's coming along good to may potentially catch him in form and pass him, it's just I'm not going to say White Abarrio is the 6 to 5 or 7 to 5. Yeah, there's some risk there, and I would certainly, if you're playing exotics, put him in exact. As I do see him running, at least in the top two. I think he's I think Sappy Joseph Jr. wants to get a significant piece of the purse money in this race. But before you just go out and put your whole paycheck on him, I would say, proceed with a little bit of caution. Maybe, do put him in some exactas, trifectas, try to, lower your risk with him for just a little bit. Because I do think he's very vulnerable in the race. And so keep that in mind when you're betting the Ohio Derby. And thanks for watching, guys. More videos to come.